Yeah.
Now tell me a little bit about your YouTube channel, because that kind of, put you on the map a bit, didn't it?
I mean, as far as business goes, yeah. And how that fits within the traditional film industry, like that's still changing, right? But back then,
on an hourly basis.
Yeah. And back then it was nothing. It was like there was no connection at all. So the YouTube channel, I don't remember, and maybe it is when Google bought YouTube. That's when monetization came into it.
It was a while. No, it was like there was monetization, but you had to like apply to get in, and it was and there was very few people were getting it, and then slowly it opened up to everybody else.
Right. And even then, the monetization has never been a big income stream for us. Even in in the time when our YouTube channel was doing the best, it paid a couple bills. Like that's about as best as it did. So making the leap to like, okay, you're not making money on this thing, but creating an online business outside of that, and then this is your customer base. Like that was the big leap to where it became a full-time thing.
So, all right. So on a business standpoint, you saw you had an audience, and then you were like, how can I monetize this audience? How can I be of service to this audience in one way, shape, or form? Because you were getting basically free marketing through your YouTube channel. Is that basically the way it was?
Exactly. And more or less, you could advertise your own products, not necessarily just through a straight up commercial, but you could do a tutorial and talk about them, or you could kind of like go in depth and tie it to the content that you're already making on the channel. So yeah, the first step we kind of took was writing royalty free music, because up until that point I was using like Video Copilot stuff, Pro Scores or whatever. And you take a lot of time and you work on this little short film or whatever, and then you're using a song that if you searched YouTube, it's in 100, 200 different, and it totally ruins. I'm a musical person, so it totally ruined it for me. And I was like, even if it sounds like total garbage, I'd rather learn how to write music, and at least it's unique, right? At least it's a new thing. And so I just started to like write albums, like albums for specific video uses, like wedding music, and that's kind of how the online store started. And then you see returns there, and then you kind of just build from there.
So I want to kind of make a point of this too, because I've spoken to so many filmmakers in my lifetime, and very few have this kind of entrepreneurial spirit. It's not a thing that is taught. It is not a thing that it's not sexy. It can be sexy, especially when there's lots of money in place, and the entrepreneur has become the new rock star of the before it was Dr. Lawyer. Now that's not cool to be. Now I want to be an entrepreneur. Shark Tank helped with that. So in the filmmaking space, there's very few people talking about this. And you saw it right away. I obviously have that same kind of gift that like I saw it right away.
Yep.
What caused that? Like, where did that come from?
Necessity, probably.
That's always a great place.
That like needing money and not getting it from the thing I'm putting time into, and
that's a great motivator, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. And on top of that, the space was less crowded back then, right? I could do something like color grading LUTs or whatever, and 2 other people were doing it. So.
And did you make a good amount of money doing those kind of products?
Yeah. Back in the heyday, it was like, because we've taken a lot of time off, and our audience connection now is nothing what it used to be. But like when we were really peak and going at it on YouTube, it was like we released some products, and it was within the first hour like $5,000 or. Nice. And it's back then that was just like, hey, we're doing something right here. And so not every product was like that. That was
of course.
That was a really good one. And beyond that, just the space being less crowded made it easier. So it's kind of just a product of like a little luck, definitely, with being
timing
being in YouTube before there's a million people doing this. That meant like, well, there's just less competition, and therefore we can get more of that income. Now I don't know if the same strategy would work.